Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly energy update for September 11th through September 18th. These are timeless though, of course. So if you do come across this outside that time frame, I would still watch the video because if your intuition brought you here, there's surely messages for you. Now, of course, we have Mercury retrograde that we've been in the pre-shadow for a little bit, but now as of the 10th of September, we have gone into full retrograde. So you've already been feeling the effects, but now we have these next couple weeks up until October 1st or through October 1st when we're feeling that Mercury retrograde, just challenges with communication and electronics and things like that. And that's okay. We don't want to start new things, brand new things. It's a beautiful time for reflection and editing and rehashing old things. So if you check my weekly that I put out a couple weeks ago, it does talk about the retrograde and what you can do during that time to make the most of the energy. Now, we also have starting up the impact of the eclipses that will be happening in late October and early November. We start to feel those between 4 and 6 weeks beforehand, so we're starting to feel the inklings of those. And I'll jump into those real quick in a moment, but I also wanted to make sure that everyone was aware, as part of my YouTube subscriber marathon, I did put out a new giveaway yesterday, which is for additional personal recorded readings. And it's going to be a fun one where if I get at least 10 comments, I'll pull one winner for a 30-minute recorded reading. If I get up to 20, I will do the 30-minute and a 45-minute giveaway. And if I get 30 comments, then I will actually do a 30-minute, a 45-minute, and give away a 1-hour personal recorded reading as well. So that will be listed in the link below. I also will throw the playlist for giveaways here too. So there are still some more giveaways out there. I just keep adding another one each Friday, and I usually allow a couple weeks for people to enter the drawing before I pull for that. So make sure to check out that playlist and also the link down below for that video if you want to sign up for that. All right, so back to the eclipses. Now, eclipses do bring us this energy of being at a crossroads or having some surprising plot twists. So we have October 25th is a partial solar eclipse in the new moon in Scorpio. And so the solar eclipse brings us new chapters, new beginnings, and because it's around the energy of Scorpio, these new chapters, new beginnings will be around intimacy, around transformation, around what we're leaving behind to move on to new things. So we're kind of looking to that for this reading. And then November 8th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. The lunar eclipses are more like the fruition, the endings of things. And with that Taurian energy, we're going to be looking into the material resources, abundance, your worth, and kind of the 5 senses around those. Those are the kind of things that are going to have some endings and some fruitions, like you get your reward and then you're ready to start something new, right? So that's where we're going to jump in for this reading. We're really going to zero in on those 2 areas, see what Spirit would like us to know that we're starting to feel those inklings toward those things. We'll have, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're jumping into yours right now. All right, Leos, this is your weekly energy update, and we are going to start off pulling a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. All the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below, so if any of them catch your fancy and you want them for yourselves, you know where you can purchase those. We're going to use this deck here to focus in on that partial solar eclipse for Scorpio's new moon. Let's see what area of your life has that new beginning, that new chapter coming in. All right, so we are ready. So for our Leos, what would you like them to know? Okay, full of energy, but this is the one that they do want. And you have self-love. Beautiful. So card number 6 here. right. And let's take a look and see what specifically they want here for you. It does say radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. So don't compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. Sometimes we feel we're not enough. Sometimes we're even told we're not enough by our own voice, the voices of others, and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do. Not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Then there's the opposite, that we are too something. Too tall, too short, too fat, too thin, too wrinkly, too pimply, too old, too young, too quiet, or too mouthy, too noticeable, too opinionated. Too much trouble, too much, full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel such self-loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please just stop. Put your blinkers on. Breathe. Be with yourself. Do ritual. Speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat and ask for help. Yes, indeed, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons they are there. Know that you are doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self-measure. Choose radical self-love. Choose you. I love that. And the companion stone for this is rose quartz. So if you have some rose quartz, definitely use that to help connect to your inner self, the real you, and connecting. The rose quartz is like the color pink, and it's higher love, your higher heart, your higher self's heart, your spirit heart, connecting to that unconditional love from above, and allow that to fall down and fill you up like a chalice, like a cup, and allow it to fill you up and then overflow out. But it's you choosing to love yourself first, because you're no good to anyone else if you're not loving yourself, because you can only love others to the extent that you love yourself, and you can only receive love from others to the extent that you love yourself. So this beautiful new beginning, a new chapter, I love this for the eclipse. And then we're going to move into the Power of Surrender deck. And the Power of Surrender deck is basically information on both the new moon eclipse and the full moon lunar eclipse. And what we're going to look at is what you're ready to let go of. Actually, they want this one here, to make space for this newness coming in. And also, it'll tell us a little bit about what we're going to pull next, which is for the full moon, the endings that you have coming, that you're making in your life. Yep, and you have your surrender, your addictions. And this says whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. And yeah, I kind of am hearing that song here, addicted to other love. But this is about becoming addicted to your self-love instead. Replace this addiction of trying to please other people and get other people to love you, and it's replacing it with your self-love instead. So beautiful message. I love that for you, of course. And then we're going to pull here from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck and see for that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th, what they're looking at here for, about what you're ready to have end, or what you're ready to come to fruition so you can plant a new harvest. So what would you like our Leos to know? Okay, they do want this one right here. And you've got the Weight. Beautiful card there. We'll put it right here. And let's see what message this gentle creature has for you. It says, here, our gentle friend has had enough. They've turned away from their friends and their family to go off by themselves. But one small hand tugs at their finger. This touch is enough to make them pause. When we're overwhelmed by life, we often have the same reaction. Just wanting to throw our hands up in the air as we turn our backs to everything that has frustrated us. When the world seems to come down on you all at once, what is your initial response? This card is asking you to wait just a moment. Take some very deep breaths, more deep breaths like it was talking about. Now take some more. There is a reason you are at this point. There's time to decide, but first you need to make sure you are present in the moment of now. You have those who care for you, so connect with them. Pay attention to the smallest tug from someone you may have overlooked. Now's not the time to make any rash decisions. Instead, find that boon companion who is your own small voice of reason. Your next step is a very important one, so honor your journey by not reacting from a place of hurt and anger. Take the time to ensure you are making the best choice for yourself first. All right. We're seeing here, put yourself first a couple times here. And what I'm feeling for this is, when we're looking to get other people to love us and we're trying to gain our worthiness by the outside world, we have a lot of disappointment. We have a lot of frustration, like I talked about, and we might want to turn our backs on everyone and just go into the forest and be at it alone, right? But what they're saying is wait on that, because the self-love that's going to be expanding for you will make you see the whole world and everyone else in a completely different light. So they're basically saying, don't burn any bridges. Definitely you can take this time, a lot of time alone. You don't have to be a total hermit, but it is about you focusing on you and focusing on growing your self-love within you to bring you to that point. And then, like I said, you're going to see the world in a completely different way. Well, how do we find more self-love? A fantastic book that was a life changer for me was The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. So I would definitely check that out. And if I remember, I will put a link down in the description box below, so you can link over in to the exact book that I'm talking about as well. So I am loving this for you. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of Dreams and see what else they want you to know about this eclipse energy. All right, so what else for our Leos, please? Okay. Wow, so they do want all of those already. And what else? And these two, and then this one's actually a special one, so we'll leave that one there. And we'll save the surprise card there for last, but we'll start with this one for here. You have the King of Swords. Swords are your thoughts and your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities. Not only does this king rule over air, but all the kings get a double portion of air. So he gets 2 times the air. And this is all about your mind, understanding your thoughts, your beliefs, new messages, new ideas, really for this, it's new beliefs. So the Ace of Swords that he holds in his hand does allow you to connect to the capital T truths that are rooted in the unconditional love of the higher realms, like we're talking about here. But it also is amazing because it's a double-edged sword. The other side of the sword allows you to cut away the small T truths that are keeping you from the self-love, like those whispers and all those, like it said, the things that you're not enough of and the things you're too much of. Those are all opinions and beliefs that we took on as our own, and they are small T truths connected to the fear of losing the conditional love of the outside world. So you do have the king coming in here to allow you to have this power and control over your thoughts and your beliefs, and you are slicing them away. Those old, they did serve a purpose because you wanted to come here and feel what it might feel like to be small and unlovable and blah, 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 right? But you are done with that. You're ready to move into this place of self-love in your life. And I am excited for you. Yeah. Because here you have the Two of Cups, which is the emotional choice card. Cups are emotions. And the Two of Cups basically say that there's at any moment there is a choice between two emotions. One is of unconditional love of the higher realms, and the other is of the fear of losing conditional love of the human realm. So it's definitely coming in here that you are grasping this power of choice during this eclipse period, that you get to choose what emotion you want to go as you go through it. And there's not a right or a wrong emotion to choose, because both are emotional experiences, and that's what you're here to do. But it does allow this freedom where you don't feel like you're trapped in feeling a certain way. Like if you're feeling fear and rejection and disappointment, that's okay. You experience that. But if you're tired of that, you're not trapped in that. You always have that other choice to connect to the capital T truths, to that beautiful unconditional love of the higher realms. So beautiful energies coming in here. Very powerful choice. Wow. And another king. So King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your passion, your energy. And the King of Wands basically is you taking control of your energy and where you're investing it. Like the power of choice here. Every moment we have energy going out towards something, and whatever we're focusing on is what grows. So if you're focusing on lack and what you don't want in your life, that's expanding. If you're focusing on gratitude for what is in your life and focusing on what you want to have come into your life, then that grows instead. And when you switch your energy over here, this expands, and this not really contracts, but it just shrinks because you're not investing energy in that. So I love this here. The King of Wands also, the wands can be your spiritual energy, and the king is the highest spiritual energy that you can experience, which would be connection to your higher self and the higher realms, of course. So another nudge to take that time with that rose quartz and connect to the higher realms. Yeah. You do have the Six of Cups, and this makes sense because the Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. It is connecting back to your old memories and evaluating what the memory meant. And, with that Two of Cups, that's a huge, like a knowledge blast that you get of like, wow, every moment is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And so when you go back and look at a memory and you find out that, oh, that was not of unconditional love, so it must have been of fear. And when you go back and look at that, and you're like, okay, so the situation was full of fear, not unconditional love. So our human child, inside of us, our little child self, when it feels uncomfortable or out of control, what does it do? It sparks into fight or flight mode. It pushes all of the emotional intelligence and intelligence out of our brains, and it goes into animalistic reactionary mode. The blood literally flows out of our brain to our arms and our legs to run or to fight. It doesn't want us to stand there thinking as we get mauled or eaten by an animal. It wants us to react for survival mode, right? So when you go back and look at a situation and go, oh, they were acting like that. They don't normally act like that, but they were acting like this. And I was acting like this. We were both acting out of our minds because we were in fear, and we were literally out of our minds. And so you start looking at that person differently, you start looking at the situation differently, and you start looking at yourself differently. And it helps you really understand the self-love that you're looking for, because you're like, out here, that's unstable, triggering emotions everywhere, where it's not a consistent, stable love that you are trying to get. I mean, that's what you don't want, is an unstable love. But when you connect to this higher realm, to that unconditional from above, that is a stable, eternal love, because it is unconditional. No conditions to lose it, not even one. It just takes one condition to make something conditional. So unconditional love becomes your focus, and it's like you're going back and using this to really heal some of those memories and that noise we talked about with all those, to this, to that, or not enough this, not enough that. You're going back going, oh, okay. So that was not personal. Whatever they were saying and doing, they were just trying to get in control again and feel safe, and that had nothing to do with me. And so it releases a lot of that attachment you had, and how you were defining yourself by some older people's actions. So I love that for you. I know I say that a lot. I just love all this for you because it's so freeing. Yeah. Because here's the 9 of Swords, which is what you're being freed from. So these is known as like the insomnia card or the nightmare card, but it's a good card because the swords, again, your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, beliefs about yourself. You have all these swords that you're just almost to the point of exhaustion trying to live up to all those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's of the outside world. And you're just like, I just can't take it anymore. It scares me to death and I'm in fear all the time and but you're ready with this King of Swords. It slices away all these small t truths, which brings you freedom. The 9s are about the hermit experience. It is about turning inward and focusing on your thoughts and beliefs. And in doing that, you understand the capital T truths of what really happened versus the small t truths that were influenced by fear. So a lot of freedom coming here through this eclipse energy. And you have the moon. So Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, the number 6-2 here with the self-love is a very mother or parent type of energy, but it's the nurturing type of energy. And the moon, of course, Mother Luna, rules, over the emotions, and it allows you to dive into the unknown, to see clarity, to connect to the higher realms too. So it's a beautiful reflective period for you that's coming up. And of course, it helps with this whole experience that most of the outer planets are either in retrograde or during the eclipse season, either pre-shadow or post-shadow. All the planets are in that process that turn us inward to look at things. And then the personal planets, which are, of course, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, they are in and out. Venus is the only one that has been direct. All the other planets have been on this retrograde parade, turning you inward. So it's no surprise that you've been doing a lot of inner reflection during this time too. So I love all this energy because you have the power and the tools to transform this and have this new adventure into self-love. Then your final surprise card is the Page of Swords. Perfect. So Page of Swords, pages are newness. So these are new thoughts coming in, a upgrade in thoughts and beliefs. So that is totally perfect. Perfect card to end this on, showing that you have moved into this new way of thinking about yourself, this self-loving approach to it. And so wonderful, wonderful new adventure coming in. You can use this eclipse energy in such beautiful ways with all of that. Really stepping into yourself, because this is kind of an internal kind of, journey that it's talking about. And just become the observer. Just look at your life and not make actions on the outside as much as changing on the inside. And as you change on the inside, you actually will see your outer world transform before your eyes. So love, 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 love it. All right, Leos, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button. Also click the subscribe button, and that does give you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel as I destroy things here. Also, doing those things, it does help spread the love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like a video or you share a video with others or you comment on the video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, excited, happy that it does want to share the messages and videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am so very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. For many of my services, I do offer a sliding price scale, which allows you to choose from a variety of prices, so you can pick one that's in more alignment with your budget. So some nice flexibility there. All right, Leos, as you go through this eclipse season, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.